What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve.
I'm Lindsay.
Today we're going to be reading to Living or Retiring in Dublin, Ireland, the good and the bad. This is surprisingly going to be the first time that I've ever looked into the city of Dublin.
You haven't looked into Dublin?
No, I've been wanting to for quite some time now, just never got around to it, but
obviously I never have.
Right. I'm excited to do so because I've heard really good things about Dublin. It's the capital city of Ireland.
Yeah.
And so I think this will be one of the main cities within Ireland that we should explore and check out.
Good place to start. Yeah.
And considering this video is nearly 40 minutes long, I'm guessing this is going to be a very in-depth presentation about Dublin.
I like it.
I want to learn anything and everything about the city. So I think this would be a good place to start. And then from here, maybe we'll learn about some, niche things within Dublin that we might want to check out specifically at some point.
Or other cities.
Or other cities. But anyways, guys, enough rambling from us. Let's go ahead and dive in here and check out Living or Retiring in Dublin, Ireland.
We've come to the Emerald Isle in beautiful Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to river dance.
Sorry, I know we just started, but that was one thing I remembered from our Emerald Isle video. People said that Ireland was also called Emerald Isle, so that's cool.
It's our way through our requirement checklist, and Scout Dublin is a
beautiful
place to call home. Known for its rich history, vibrant culture, and friendly locals, this green city offers a unique experience where history meets modern vibrancy, and a diverse food and exceptional beer find their way into your heart and stomach. We retired early from the U.S. in 2018 to travel the world in search of our forever home. We share our experiences, tips, and the realities of life abroad in hopes to inspire your own travels.
That's cool.
Join us as we explore Dublin's amazing architecture, charming cobbled streets, dance to the lively tunes of the pubs, and immerse ourselves in the rich culture that made us ask, could Dublin be our forever home? Stay on to find out. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be a part of our quest. Let the exploration begin.
Wow. Okay, this is like just a tiny little intro.
Yeah, I know.
Already, I can tell this is an awesome city.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Like, it looks like a really cool place to live.
It's got a lot of beautiful architecture. Did you see that park?
Yeah, and then this train.
And then the river running through and really cool bridges. I'm already seeing a lot of stuff I like about this. By the way, guys, if you're interested in checking out their channel specifically, the link for this video will be in the description like always.
There are many enticing reasons to consider Dublin as a possible home. We have to test it ourselves, so with our requirement checklist on hand, we hit the ground running and we're off to Dublin. If you're a first-time viewer of our channel, here's what our Paradise requirement checklist looks like. We break it down in more detail in the description below.
Walkability, access to beaches, low cost of living, quality medical care, safe, good neighborhoods.
Solid.
Yeah, I agree with all of those.
Yeah.
Get to check it out and compare it to your own list.
I wonder what the weather's like in Dublin, because Ireland's known to be fairly rainy and cool, but we would love the cool weather.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
sure.
It's so hot here right now.
It is.
Oh.
It's disgusting.
Dublin is the capital and largest city of Ireland. It is located on the east coast at the mouth of the River Liffey. Dublin City and its suburbs has a population of almost 1.3 million. The greater Dublin area has over 2 million inhabitants, accounting for roughly 40% of the Republic of Ireland's total population.
In one city and
40%
are under the age of 25, making it the youngest population in Europe.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Wait, 1/3 of the population is under 25? Wow.
The youngest population in Europe. That's cool.
I'd be curious to know what the average age was. What is it here, like 40-ish?
In our city?
Yeah. I think it's like 40-ish
like
average.
Late 30s, maybe 40.
Yeah, 38, 40, something like that.
The city's proximity to the Irish Sea makes it an important transportation hub
beautiful.
and a gateway to Europe. Although Ireland has two official languages, English and Irish, 100% of Dubliners speak English, but all government information and road signage is written in both languages.
I've heard that the language is coming back. Like, they teach it to the kids and whatnot, which is really cool.
We made it to Dublin, and over 20 million passengers pass through Dublin Airport each year, making it one of the busiest airports in Europe. It serves as a base for the national carrier Aer Lingus and Ryanair that we flew in on.
The least expensive option to and from the airport is the Dublin Express.
That looks like a nice bus.
Premium quality bus
Yeah, it does.
that coaches to 15 plus conveniently located stops.
We're not used to
in
seeing
Dublin
buses
city.
around here at all.
I wish we knew that before.
Do we even have any public transportation around here? I don't think we do.
Not like that.
Yeah, nothing. We don't have buses or trains or anything like
Cars
that.
are so important here.
Yeah, we have to have a car. If you don't have a car, you literally can't get
Unless
around.
you're in a big city.
Yeah. Even then,
It's
it's
super comfortable.
kind of needed in a
Highly
lot of cases.
recommend it if you're going to or
Wow.
away from
Ooh,
home.
really
those do look
nice.
comfortable.
Remember the
We
buses
stayed
we
in the heart
got
of the
on in
city
Asia?
at the Zanzibar Lodge
Oh, man.
Hotel.
Yeah, I bet there's a really good public transportation system there. I can already
You may
tell.
be wondering if Uber or Bolt exist in Dublin. Yes and no. You actually cannot hire private vehicles in Ireland. When
Wait.
you use Uber, you will be picked up by a regular taxi, and you may wait a while.
Oh, wow. You guys don't have
Taxis
Uber?
have become widespread in Ireland,
That's
and
interesting.
the industry has been heavily regulated with a strong union that is tough with
Ah.
new competition in the market.
So they basically cut out the
Preferred apps
private
used by
industry.
Taxi drivers and locals are Bolt and Free Now. Dublin offers many other forms of transportation
Oh
to
my
help residents and visitors navigate the city.
Flash tours.
There is no subway or
I
underground
love the
system in
river,
Dublin.
man.
No subway or
Red
underground
is the
system.
expensive, and it can
Oh.
disrupt the city for the next 10 years.
Ooh.
But Dubliners don't seem to be missing
Oh,
one.
that's
The
beautiful.
city provides an extensive network of buses, trams, trains, and of course more taxis to facilitate transportation within and around the city. The DART is the city's commuter train that connects Dublin to surrounding cities and towns.
Oh,
They run
cool.
every 10 minutes from Monday to Friday.
So you can get around to a
The
lot of other
city's light
areas
rail
with the
system,
train.
The LUAS
Not just
has
downtown.
2 lines that service 67 stations around the city. They run every 5 to 10 minutes.
So
That's
it's
cool.
so instead of an underground subway, they have an above ground tram that basically travels everywhere, light rail system. That's cool.
You can usually catch a bus as early as 5
Look at those
a.m.
buildings.
I know,
and as
I love
late
it.
as midnight.
Love the architecture.
The Leap card is the key to all of Dublin's transport system. It's a prepaid travel card, and it's the simplest and most cost-effective way to use Dublin's public transport services.
Good public transportation. Market, restaurants, shops.
Walkability is important.
Yeah, very
When
much
it
so.
comes to exploring
Yeah.
Dublin, the city offers a great walkability factor. Its compact size invites you to explore numerous attractions
Oh, wow.
on foot, allowing you to soak in the charm of its cobbled streets and historic landmarks.
I would love that. Love the cobblestone streets, man.
Yeah, that's really cool.
We don't see that around here very often. Like you do in some areas, like some places they've kind of kept up.
Kept the old feel.
Right, but you don't see it that often. I love it though.
There's plenty of storefronts, pubs,
Oh, look at that.
That's so
restaurants,
cute.
and parks, all within walking distance.
I love the squares like that. You know
the
what I
design
mean?
of the city is rooted in medieval town plans where walking and travel by horse and cart were the primary modes of transportation.
They do a really good job on these videos.
Yeah, phenomenal actually. Very informative so far too. Like exactly what I was hoping to
Really
get from
cool
this.
camera work.
This is nice.
First-
We actually
Hold on.
The most accessible city in the world.
What?
Wow.
Based on factors such as wheelchair accessibility, disabled parking spaces, and facilities for the hard of hearing. Wow,
That's cool.
that's awesome.
walking a lot because it's easy.
The first in the world.
Flat
Wow,
terrain
look
is
at that.
definitely a plus. And if you're thinking it is perfect for bike riding, well, think again. There are bike lanes around the city, but the infrastructure isn't all there yet. Many are shared with buses, but these big boys never seem to slow down.
Seems great for walking.
Oh
The amount of
gosh.
pedestrians
What?
to avoid
The bike lane and the bus lane is
Oh, I
the
know.
same. Holy,
Yeah, that's crazy.
seems dangerous.
is quite high. And remember, the Irish drive on the left-hand side of the road.
I forgot about
You'll
that.
notice many segregated bike lanes are under construction across Dublin, with plans to deliver almost 90 more miles of the network by
Wow.
2027. Until
I
then,
think all cities
riding
should
a bike
have.
wouldn't be my first option.
I tell you what, like if I lived in a city like Dublin, for example, I would want to walk everywhere and
or bike.
Like that would just be so fun. I very rarely have I lived somewhere where I could do that.
And
like
usually it's quicker on a bike because you don't have to wait on the traffic. You can just
right.
zip through.
But I'm saying for me, have I ever really lived for any long amount of time in a city that was super walkable and stuff like that? I don't think I have. Pretty much my entire life, I've lived in smaller towns, spread out places, things like that you literally had to have a car to get around, or you're going to be walking a really, really, really long way. So that would be really cool to me. I think it'd be a great experience.
Yeah.
But as an overall walkability, Dublin does not disappoint.
Thanks. I bet there's a ton to do there.
Yeah.
We had a pretty long list of things to do, but we had to eat lunch first.
Oh, I like the bridge.
We headed across the River Liffey over the Ha'penny Bridge, a pedestrian bridge built way back in 1860.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. What's the name of the river?
Liffey?
Is it? Oh, there it is, yeah. The Ha'penny Bridge.
And just around the corner, we found the Old Mill Restaurant. If you want a true Irish lamb shack, this is the place.
That looks good.
It was delicious.
Oh, that's money. That is money.
Honestly, the prices don't seem super expensive.
No,
for
not
that
bad.
nice of a restaurant.
Look like a really nice
15
restaurant.
minutes away from the epic Irish Immigration Museum.
Irish
It focuses
Immigration
on the
Museum.
story of the Irish migration, exploring the history and impact of Irish immigrants around the world.
Ah, okay.
The museum uses interactive exhibits, audiovisual displays, and personal stories to convey the experiences of the Irish abroad, covering aspects such as migration, influence, and achievements.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be really, really cool.
Europe's leading tourist attraction.
Wait, that's the leading tourist attraction in Europe?
Like for several years, yeah, it was.
Wow.
On the very edge of a terrific precipice.
Just across the street, we rushed to tour the Jeannie Johnston,
Oh, wow.
a replica of the ship that transported thousands of Irish immigrants during 16 journeys across the Atlantic to North America.
Wow.
During the Great Famine.
I'd really like to check that out.
Awesome.
The Great Famine in Ireland was a tragic period marked by a devastating potato blight that decimated the country's main food source, the potato. It led to a widespread famine and a significant loss of life.
I still don't know why we're not taught more about that in school.
Severe and substantial population decline due to starvation, disease, and immigration.
Wonder how many people were on board that ship at a time.
Man, I'm sure it was packed.
Yeah, it had to be, you know. Takes so long to get across the Atlantic at that
The
point.
tour tells the story of the ship, its owner, crew, and passengers. Unlike the infamous coffin ships of the time, the Jeannie Johnston never lost a passenger to disease or to
Really?
Wow, that's impressive.
When you think of Ireland, you immediately think green. Green beer, leprechauns, and four-leaf clovers.
That's very true.
But the reason is actually the country's climate and free
Oh, wow.
that provides the luscious grass areas through.
Gorgeous.
Those
Green.
Ireland.
Oh, I love green.
Ireland has to be a really great place
Dublin
to
is
graze
the third
cattle.
greenest capital in Europe, and we can't argue with that.
Paris, really?
Wow.
If you're looking for a break from the
eco-friendly.
bustling city, and
Oh.
just a 15-minute walk from the cathedral, you'll find the calm and serenity of St. Stephen's Green, or the Green, as it's commonly known among locals.
66 green spaces.
34 parks, 15 gardens, nature and wildlife areas, 3 playgrounds, 1 forest. 1 forest?
6 bodies of water.
So there's a forest in Dublin? I'd like to check that out. Oh, wow.
Looks so peaceful.
If I lived in Dublin, I would spend a lot of time in this park right here. It's largest of the parts in Dublin's nature.
Or if you venture out towards the river, the Dublin Castle Gardens are simply gorgeous.
Wow.
The older we get, the more we realize how important green spaces are for our mental and physical well-being.
Yes, very much so.
They're so cute.
I would spend hours sitting around appreciating nature, but then the nerd in me lures me toward the Chester Beatty Library.
Okay, here's Lindsay's thing right here.
This historic museum houses an extensive collection of manuscripts, books, artworks, and rare artifacts from diverse cultures spanning the Middle East, North Africa, and beyond.
It's one of the top 10 libraries in the world.
All right, we gotta go there, babe.
Yeah, I know.
They all belonged to Sir Alfred Chester Beatty, money magnate, philanthropist, and collector, born in New York, naturalized British, but lived the rest of his life in Dublin.
St. Patrick's Cathedral is another iconic site in Dublin.
Wow.
This is my type
It
of
is the
thing.
largest cathedral in Ireland and has a rich history dating back to the 12th century.
Beautiful,
It
man.
really is.
To the 12th century. €9. Oh, I love the architecture of the old cathedrals.
Oh, the inside.
Learn about
The
cathedral's
symmetry. I'm
heritage,
just
and attend services or concerts held there.
Wow.
love it.
Oh, wow.
I get chills like when I see
Oh, man,
just
that's
something
beautiful.
about it.
We do not have those old
Not
buildings
like
like that here at all, obviously. It just amazes me to see buildings like this. Love the stained glass.
Look at the floors.
Everything.
You can't come to Ireland without experiencing
Guinness.
their famous whiskeys.
Oh, wait, whiskey.
It is absolutely a must-do to taste the different types of what the Irish call water of life, or in Gaelic, Ishkabaha. Yep, we're visiting 3 distilleries around Dublin today. And we never, I mean never,
You'll have a little bit of a
drink
buzz.
whiskey. But we're gonna do
A little.
it in the hopes of acquiring the taste after trying a few sips. The first place to check out is the Irish Whiskey Museum. Located on Grafton Street, it offers a comprehensive exploration of Irish whiskey's history and significance in Ireland's past. The guided tour is fun and theatrical, and of course you finish by tasting 3 Irish whiskeys.
Liquid sunshine.
Try the first tasting. Can't say I like it still. But the Busker whiskey was pretty decent. But overall, 3 tastings, 1 down, 2 to go.
At the Teeling Distillery, open since 2015, you get to see the whiskey making process
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh my
and
goodness.
enjoy tastings of their small batch whiskey and a handcrafted seasonal whiskey cocktail that was delicious.
Yeah, mix it in something. I might be able to tolerate it.
The final distillery and
Oh, that
last
looks
stop
nice.
to find the whiskey that we
Yeah,
can
it
bear is just off of Smithfield Square.
Jameson is the one I've heard of
Jameson's
the
Distillery, Bow
most.
Street.
Is it?
It's a historical landmark that has been open for nearly 200 years.
Yeah.
It's said to be the
I think it is
best
probably a very
distillery in
popular
Dublin,
one.
and we could not agree more. The history and whiskey making process presentation was excellent.
Wow.
Experience tasting
We
tour
got
costs
to touch,
30 euros a person.
Smell and taste.
Is that for
Jameson's
all
whiskey.
3 or for the
And
one?
we definitely can say it was the
think it's
smoothest
one.
taste of all.
No visit to Dublin is complete without experiencing the lively atmosphere of Temple Bar.
That's beautiful.
This
Yeah,
vibrant
very
neighborhood
eye-catching.
is renowned for its pubs, live music, and cultural events.
I do like
Enjoy
a
traditional-
reaction to like Irish dancing.
I know. We need
Because
to.
I haven't ever truly watched it, and I
Yeah.
just love the music.
Yeah, I know.
Makes me want to
yeah.
dance, so I think I would really like.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
Irish music sessions, mingle with friendly locals, and savor a pint of Guinness, or 2, or 3, or 4 in one of the many charming pubs. including the neighborhood's namesake, Temple Bar Pub, which dates back nearly 200 years.
It seems like such a fun
It
place.
does. Seems like a blast.
Catch a comedy show too. Dubliners are very friendly and funny.
You know what? Because you're lucky.
Yes, very lucky. I'm
Really lucky. Yeah. Usually we have the ring near every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah,
Near
because
every
people
day.
say that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
does it really do that? So it does. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it quick though, or does it?
Hold on. Annual average weather, 52 degrees.
Is the average temperature?
June to September, 63 degrees Fahrenheit.
I love that.
November to March, 51 degrees.
Really? It doesn't get that cold then.
From what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I don't think you guys really get snow that often. I don't think it gets that cold. I think it's a very...
I'm shocked that it's that warm in the winter on average.
I know, right? A lot of the winter, our highs are in the single digits, even 0. But then the summer, where you get up we're constantly in the 90s and 100.
400.
Yeah, it's horrible. Your weather
That seems like really
in
really
Dublin
nice.
seems pretty nice. The rain, that might get a little old.
Yeah.
But I like a good rainy day, but it might get old if you have it constantly. I don't know. But the temperature seems really nice.
Yeah.
Rain like all day long.
Quick.
It's very quick.
Yeah.
It's very quick.
Very, very, very rare all day long. It's quickly. But this minute, last rain, next minute stop. But always rain.
We've been lucky that it's been sunny and dry during our visit
Wow.
in June.
70
But
in
Based
June.
on our research, we know it's cool and rainy almost 200 days of the year.
Wow.
Well, good weather would depend on the person
Well, their definition was I think they wanted it sunny
and warmer,
and yeah,
like a more of a kind of closer to a tropical temperature, 80s.
60 to 80.
Yeah.
60.
I think that could, temperature-wise, could be something we would be into.
I would like that.
We like the cooler weather more than the hot weather. But the rain, I could take it or leave it. I would want some snow in the winter some,
Yeah, I
though.
do like so.
Some, but yeah. Should be pretty easy to get access to a beach, I'm guessing.
Well, we'll keep this one short. There are plenty of sandy beaches near Dublin.
Wow.
The closest
Look
and
how
most
big it
popular
is.
are Dolly Mount Strand and Sandy Mount.
Oh, it's
We
literally
didn't
right
get a
there.
chance to go to the beach on this trip, but our research tells us the average annual sea
Look how
temperature
much
in Dublin
sand.
is 53 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, man, that's
That
cold.
water is even colder than Lisbon.
Ooh. Okay, guys, here in the East Coast, well, I'm currently in the Midwest, but where I grew up, East Coast, that's where we go to the beach in the Atlantic. It is, during the summer especially, it's warm.
Mm-hmm.
It's warm water compared to the
What would you say
Pacific.
the average temperature?
I think during the summer it's closer to 80 or so, 70s and 80s, I believe. And so, I mean, it's nice.
I prefer slightly cooler water.
I don't want to
like
freeze
really
it.
warm.
Yeah.
Although it's nice to take strolls and run with the dogs, the few sunny days of the year and the cold water are just not the combination that we're looking for.
The beaches are nice, but if you want to swim, it's going to be a little uncomfortable, maybe. This is something I'm interested in. What's the cost of living here?
Dublin is known to be relatively expensive, especially when it comes to housing, rent prices,
I kind of
and
figured
dining
that.
out.
Yeah, it's a
In
city.
fact, it's among the top 50 most expensive
Ooh.
cities in the world and even competes with Paris, Sweden, and London.
Oh, wow.
With estimated monthly expenses at almost $6,000 a month, the cost
What?
Two
For
people.
Oh my word.
Rent for a
Okay.
3-bedroom, 2-bath is $3,500. Restaurants and bars, I mean, that depends on how much you're spending out at restaurant and bars, but you'd obviously want to do some.
$3,500.
Groceries, $717. Utilities, $320. That's not including the internet, it looks like, I guess. Oh, it's
Pretty pricey.
the rent is like what I'm saying. If you own a house already, I'm sure you can afford to
Yeah.
live there. But like if you got a rent,
Cost of living in Dublin is less expensive than our hometown in the DC metro area, but still much higher than our current home base in Lisbon.
So guys, if you live in Dublin or if you know people that do, are those numbers that they just shared, is that what you have experience with in Dublin as well? Is the rent really that high?
We try not to eat much beef nowadays, but it's worth mentioning, over 80% of all Irish beef is grass-fed
That's awesome.
and pasture-raised.
Love that.
That's
This allows
awesome.
for any beef product to be fully traceable from farm to fork.
That's awesome. Here in the U.S., we grass-fed beef. We're lucky and blessed to have a local farm.
Yeah, to live close to a farm that does that.
Yeah, and they even deliver to our door when we order it.
Yeah.
It's such a blessing. Yeah, but if you go to the grocery store, it is much harder to come across good quality grass-fed beef. You can get like ground beef at most like Walmart stuff that are grass-fed, but it's much harder to find steaks and stuff.
And not local. It's usually like from multiple countries, like mixed together.
Yeah, so that's a blessing right there.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. You guys have such a beautiful,
green
pastures and stuff, so it makes sense that you could do a lot of cattle there.
Remember when we said how the rain makes everything luscious green in Ireland? Well, here's another reason. Ireland has some of the best pastures globally, making Irish beef one of the best in the world.
That looks like a good burger.
That's like a good burger.
Hungry. I want one.
That's a burger. Wow.
Quality of life in Ireland consistently ranks
8
strong.
in the United States quality of life
This
out
is
of
largely
189
thanks to
countries.
Ireland's high levels
Wow.
of life expectancy, education, and income. Economic improvements in the 1990s and low business taxes have attracted a number of global pharmaceutical, information, and communications technology companies to headquarter in the city and greater Dublin areas. This is good, but it also contributes to a higher cost of living, and with inflation on the rise, high prices don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. A high cost of living area is definitely not in our plans.
Speaking of high cost of living not being in their plans, right? I'm curious what happens if you, say, live out kind of on the suburbs of Dublin. If you move out 20 miles away from Dublin, can you basically have the best of both worlds, have a much lower cost of living, but still
not be in the city,
but still be within, a 20-minute drive or something like that of the city?
I don't know.
Because that'd be pretty cool.
Their healthcare system ranks 23rd in the world. The Irish public healthcare system is funded through taxation and is open to all legal residents. How much you pay for medical appointments depends on the category of care you are enrolled in. Approximately 37% of the population has access to entirely free public service. All doctor visits, hospital care, tests, and medication is free.
That would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
I definitely can say, this isn't really a video about healthcare, but I can definitely say that there's been times that I didn't get a test or something that I would have liked to do because it would cost me a lot of money.
The problem with the public health system is that it often takes months before getting appointments to see specialists.
That's the
or
trade-off.
even schedule simple ultrasounds, for example.
Mm.
Private healthcare in Ireland means shorter waiting times and private rooms. To access private healthcare, you will need insurance, and there are several good options for foreigners that want to live in Dublin.
Geo Blue. That's what we got when we went to Asia.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Dublin's probably a
Ireland
safe
is
city.
generally considered a safe place to visit and live.
Yeah, I'm
We've
sure
talked
there's
with a
bad
number
parts,
of
though.
locals
It's like any city.
and
Yeah.
with a lot of taxi drivers who say that they have no fear at all, love
That's
living in
good.
the city.
Taxi drivers
And
would
it's
know.
known for
Yeah.
its friendly and helpful locals, always ready to lend a hand. And the Global Peace Index ranks Ireland as the third safest country
What?
in the world.
Wow. Third safest in the world.
I don't know why that surprises me.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't surprise me that it's a safe country, but I just see it.
Third safest in the world.
Third safest in the entire world is like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Dublin benefits from a well-established police force and has a relatively low crime rate compared to many other major cities. And even with all the late-night partying, we never felt uneasy about safety, and everyone behaved safely.
Everybody's just having a fun time.
Yeah.
You know?
Although we didn't get a chance to visit many Dublin neighborhoods on this trip, the ones that stood out the most in our research had diverse living experiences suitable for families and retirees alike. The Grand Canal Dock is the modern part of Dublin and home to the tech industry.
To the starting cost for buying a home is 425,000 euros. That's pretty steep. Yeah, they weren't lying.
No, and that's fairly small. 2-bed, 1 bath.
Yeah. 425,000 euros would be, you could get a pretty nice house around here for that.
With a big yard.
Yeah, huge yard. You could get acres of land, but you know, it does depend on what you're looking for. If you're looking for the city vibe, you're obviously, no matter what city, pretty much, you're going to pay more than just if you're in the rural areas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Located in the Dublin's docklands, this rejuvenated area offers a vibrant atmosphere.
That's beautiful.
Houses for sale go fast, as well as rentals, due to the high-tech companies in Dublin.
Largest shopping center features over 100 stores.
Although home prices seem affordable, when you see the size you get for what you pay, it is pretty outrageous. The price per square meter inside the city center is 7,200 euros.
What?
And outside the city center,
goodness,
it's nearly 5,200 euros.
Oh my goodness, guys.
Okay,
wow.
What is square meter compared to square foot?
So a 2,000 square foot house would be 185.8 square meters. 186 times 7,200 euros. I don't know what the current conversion rate is, but that is 1.34 million euros for a 2,000 square foot house
in the city center.
Oh my goodness. And obviously we could add that up too. That's 186 times 5,200, 967,000 square feet, about $1 million, 3 million euros, which that's pretty expensive for a 2,000 square foot house.
I think so.
Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, that's very expensive.
Dublin has fascinating history. The city is vibrant and the diverse neighborhoods have something for everyone.
Yeah, it looks cool.
We really enjoy the atmosphere. The Irish are just the friendliest people all over the world.
All right, guys, that was an absolutely amazing presentation about Dublin. Absolutely comprehensive. That is exactly what I was looking for in a video learning about Dublin. Yeah. You know, I wish all city videos were like that, because that was just, it went through everything, because they're looking for a forever home. So they're looking
very thorough.
Yeah, very thorough about what is in the cities they're checking out. And Dublin looks absolutely amazing. Looks like a beautiful city.
To visit at least once in my life.
We are definitely 100% going to visit there. You know, don't know when, but definitely going to get over to Ireland. And Dublin is, you know, obviously going to be one of the places we spend some time. You have to. If you go to Ireland, you got to go to Dublin. Yeah. So I think this is it for us, guys. This was a really awesome video. If you're interested in checking out their channel and seeing more of their travels, the link for this video will be in the description like always. But you got anything you want to add before we go?
No, that's it. Yeah.
You getting sweaty?
Yeah, I'm hot.
It is getting hot up here, guys. I think it's probably about 85 or 90 in here. So Dublin looks like an amazing city. Cannot wait to visit. Hopefully sooner than later. Let us know in the comments, guys, if you live in Dublin, if you've been to Dublin, what are some of your favorite things about Dublin? But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by, guys. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey to learn, discover, and try anything and everything from the UK and Ireland. Until next time, guys, peace.
Bye.